Alright, welcome back. So, since the last episode, I've let some of these houses grow and build. And let's have a look, see what we've got. So we've got the new town hall style Colonial Hall, which I've pinned up here, and it acts in exactly the same way as the town hall, but yeah, it's just a different model. Why they separated that into a separate icon, I'm not sure, as opposed to just a sort of like an F key exchange between the two models, I'm not sure, but yeah, it functions in exactly the same way. What else have we got? We've got the courthouse, so it's got the symbol like the church. Yep. But yeah, and it obviously adds happiness, as it says in the menu, but yeah, it has this people attending marker on it. I don't know if that works in any way differently to the churches and chapels and things like that, but yeah, I mean, it's a nice looking building, so we're going to keep it. And, yeah, very nice model, and you can see I've sort of chosen buildings that are all in sort of keeping with the same style. And then this is the governor's office over here, and this is the one that sort of trickles in Phoenix. So yeah, we're getting a few in, you know, better than a kick in the teeth. So yeah, the markets are built. I've put just one guy in these bottom two because we haven't got any houses over this side as yet, and we should have two in each of these. This is the only church we've got at the moment, and so yeah, we're pretty much on our limit in terms of people. We're over 200 with the amount of people we've got at the moment, so we need to sort of get some more churches on the go. We also need more houses as well. I've been struggling really while I've been letting this build on. Our labour count has been dropping, so and because of that I had to reduce these from 10 apiece to 8 apiece, these two fields. But other than that, not much really going on. The two schools finished, so I've added right click on it, yep. So we've got 4 teachers now in 4 schools, these two here and these two up here. But again, yeah, other than that, not really done much. So I think we're going to start with this episode by trying to get some more houses in. Oh yeah, I did add 4 more houses here. I was just trying to sort of line up and see how many we could get in this row without it overlapping at this end. So yeah, we probably need to put some more roads in. This brickwork's just about coming along. We've got, in terms of bricks, 82, so not a huge amount because we set one of our brickworks onto charcoal. Now I have been buying charcoal and beeswax in. The only delay really on this sort of little island is the bedding. If we click on these building supplies that are creating furnishings, they just keep running out of bedding, basically. So we've got enough cotton and cloth. We've got just under 1,000 cloth and cotton 3,500. So we've got enough. I don't think it's an issue of not having enough resources. I just think that these two guys aren't banging enough bedding out to meet demand. 16 in a year, 30. So I'm not sure. We're just going to let it roll anyway. In terms of our other stats, logs are good, wood's good. As I say, we're not using firewood really for anything at the moment. I've asked them to sort of collect some iron and stone, so we're sort of looking fairly healthy for everything really. I upped some of the limits. Let's have a look. Yeah, I upped the fuel limit. That was reaching its 10,000 limit, so I just stuck another 0 on there, 100,000, let that roll up. And tools, I took up to 3,000. Probably never going to need more than that. But as I said before, these sort of mines and quarries are sort of quite intensive and do go through the tools quite fast. So we've got to have a decent supply coming in. Over here, this actually burnt down, this smithy here, so I had to rebuild it. I've put these both on steel tools at the moment, just to try and bang up this number, get it a bit higher. We've actually got loads of muskets. When we let it roll on with the muskets before, we had quite a few in the bank, so yeah, we've got sort of nearly 600 of those in, so that's still rolling on. Clothes, again, that's been rolling with these, with the leather sort of trickling in from the native traders, so that's getting up to the 500 mark now, so that's looking good. Still decided about this layout here. I'm thinking we might move these Coopers into the centre and just put a couple of wigwams here, because I sort of still want it to feel like a part of the sort of native island that we've got going on here. So yeah, we might get around to doing that. I think first of all though, we're just going to put some more road down, just to mark out a section so we can start putting more houses in, because I want to try and get the labour account up. So we'll get our red brick, and yeah, we're just going to mark it up here, and yeah, we're going to run some along the back as well, just because I think I'm going to stick with a sort of 2 wide lane theme, and we're going to see what we can fit in here. Dun 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 dun. Yep, everything else really. We need to put some more sort of brick roads around these markets and inside, and you can go through this building here. So we'll get to that, but as I say, we're low on bricks at the moment, so we sort of know that that's coming. But yeah, other than that, it's looking pretty good. This, what I'd like to refer now as Dam Square. It's the sort of main square in Amsterdam, so we're going to use the namesake for this sort of central area of our map. I do quite like this church as well. I sort of didn't realise before I placed it, but we've sort of got this window looking down the main canal. It looks pretty good, so can't wait to see what it's like when all the roadwork's down. But yeah, that will come. Let's check this trader. Yeah, food, don't need food at the moment. Food wise, 216,000. It wasn't 220, so maybe it's starting to dip a little bit now. I did add a couple of extra of these fishing docks. I just sort of get them going. And I've sort of paused the ones that we don't necessarily need as yet. We could possibly open these here because we've got houses by the side, but yeah, these ones up here and all around the Dam Square don't need them active just yet, so we're going to hang fire there. Don't need livestock, so that can go. So yeah, let's sort of see what we can fit in here. Now I'm sort of wanting these officers' houses going all the way around. Maybe double thick as well, because you do get that sort of tight roads in Amsterdam, and they do have these tall, imposing buildings. I'm just unsure as to whether to leave a single road or a double, so we'll put a single in now. We'll probably try a double and see what we can fit in. We're going to need schooling up here as well, because these 4 schools really are going to sort of just be helping out the guys who live down this industrial row to get educated, so we're going to need some schools in, and I'm thinking, yeah, we could possibly use sort of these sides of the canal for some of the new medieval towns mod buildings. So we've got a school in there. Let's have a look. This is a bigger model. Yeah, let's just throw it in. And what else are we going to need down here? Well, let's put another row of houses. We'll start with some. We'll do the double road, I think, just because we don't want them too squished together. Officers' houses. So let's start with a white rendered wall on this row. We'll stick with the same theme. So a block of 4. And we'll leave a gap of 2. Yeah, more houses, that's what we want to see. What else do we need? Well, probably need some hospitals up this end as well. So we've got choices for the hospitals, especially with the new medieval towns mod. I'm thinking we could possibly play around with... What could we play around with? The bathhouse, maybe? That acts as a health centre, so... just what can we fit? What can we fit? Let's throw that in, tentatively leaving 1 space. And what are we going to put here? We could just put some more houses of Red Ketchup's houses in, couldn't we? How many would we fit in here? It's going to be a tight squeeze. If we put... Yeah. Let's throw that in. Give it a second story. So I don't want it to be too big. I'll sort of match the height of the school. The lasers was with a gap of 2 there and 1 there. Okay. In fact, thinking about this bathhouse model, it's sort of taller on the left-hand side, so it might be an idea to budge that up by 1. So we've got the 2 here and a single road on this side. Let's get rid of that and put it back in again. Yeah, so you see it's sort of taller on the left, so I think it's probably going to look better with a bigger gap on this side. We'll try it, we'll see. And yeah, again, more road. You can see sort of we're going to be brick heavy in this build, especially in the central section. Moss Road looks good for the industrial areas. Red and white brick, it definitely shines with these houses, and you can sort of see the texture on the side. It does go well. So yeah, onwards. Let's keep going. So we have a little section here. Now I'm thinking we want a square because there's loads of squares in Amsterdam. It doesn't have to be too big, but there's probably enough room for some houses on the back here. On this side, well, what we're going to do, we said we were going to put some more churches in. In fact, let's speed this up a little bit. Get on ×5. Yeah, I sort of want, although we've got all these buildings sort of looking onto the canal, I'm thinking we want buildings looking onto this square. So we're going to keep the same orientation. Let's go back into the new medieval towns mod, and let's choose, what do we want? Libraries? I think libraries act as churches, so maybe we could throw a couple of those in. What are we going to do in these sections? Well, what about arcades, boarding houses? What can we do here? Because they have like this corner aspect. So yeah, let's throw one of those in. And another building with a corner aspect is the archaeology centre. And again, from our previous build, we know that I mean, these ruins and Stonehenge, sort of nice little features, the abandoned church. But it's not going to look good, I don't think, specifically in the centre of our city. So we can still sell the items that these archaeology centre creates. So, and again, it's another corner aspect. So yeah, let's sort of chuck that in. Some more roads, mark out spaces. Okay, we're getting there. We're coming along. Maybe some more of these houses in a row on the back. Let's see what we can fit in. Let's go with the standard rendering, not the white. Now, let's throw them in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, it needs a gap of 2. So, that's no good to us. So what we could do is widen the roads. Okay, let's try that. Not standard, I think. Do we want standard? Now let's have white for this back row. And I think we can get a little bit more road in there. Yeah, good. Okay, and let's do another row in front. Okay, nice little fit. That's what we like to see. So, yeah, we've got our little square here. Well, it's more of a rectangle, isn't it, in the centre? Again, with this rectangle here and with sort of this centre square and the backs of these buildings, I'm just going to hang fire until I can come up with some nice patterns or sort of nice flowery gardens, or just some idea of what we're going to do with it, really. So while we're waiting, so as trees don't grow and things like that, we're just going to put these red crosses in, and these are a lot easier to see. If you can have a look, it sort of stands out a lot more than it did in 1.4. So yeah, very good, very good. Righty ho. Well, let's extend this road down to this bridge. Sort of clear some of these trees off the side. We're probably going to do the same, I think. This sort of design in this square here. But I'm just going to hang fire because I don't really want to get rid of this stockpile just yet, because they're probably going to use some of the stuff on it, definitely logs and that, for these buildings. So we can mark out our brickwork. There you go. Let's bring that down here. Let's underlay the canals. Very good, very good. Okay, cooking with gas. Right, what else? Well, yeah, we were sort of playing around with this corner, weren't we, down here? See what we could do. So, yeah, I'm still wanting this sort of stilts look hanging over. So if we bring up our quayside pieces, we just sort of need to bang one in here somewhere, don't we? Maybe like there. Yeah. Is that too round though? I like the look of that. We also sort of want to get rid of those reeds, don't we? But, well, let's mark this whole section. I don't really want reeds popping up out the quayside. Let's maybe throw a single piece in, just so it's not too round. Yeah, so it does look good. There's a little bit of greenery under there. I think I can live with that. It would have been nice if sort of this had joined up, so I might get rid of this house and just push it back one. We shall see, we shall see. But I just sort of wanted to see if we could neaten this up. I want to get rid of these trees, so we've marked those for going. This blacksmith, we could probably do with upgrading this actually, but is it in the right position? I don't think it is. I think I want to push it back one. So let's mark that for destruction. That can go, and we'll sort of put that in a sort of better position. There's loads of stuff here as well. There's no real need for it being down here. So let's mark the stockpile for going, and then we'll put another one in again once we've positioned it a little bit better. Traders. Okay, yes. So I added a little bit more firewood to this trader, just because this was sort of providing us with charcoal beeswax, and I've asked them to bring us a bit of cotton as well, just so we can boost the numbers over here. So we've got a buying power of 8,000 in this trading post now. And if you remember, we've marked up a load of the different types of lettuce. I've sort of slowly been buying them as they've come in, and we've only got lettuce and red lettuce left. So really, we should see if we can buy these, which I think we should be able to. But how much for 2058? That's an unusual number, isn't it? And a completely wrong one. Okay. Oh, I'm not with it today. Let's try a 3. Okay, that'll do the job. Right, so we can drop these off now. And I'm not too sure what sort of seeds we've got. I've just occasionally been buying odd ones that have arrived. So let's have a look. What have we got? We've got cabbage, sugar beets, beetroots, banana, grapes, kale, fruits, lettuce. Lots of lettuce. Yeah, cherries, always a favourite. Yeah, well, I mean, do we want to select something, or should we just let them roll in with different stuff? Blue pumpkin seeds. They sound pretty cool, don't they? Well, let's request blue pumpkin seeds and normal pumpkin seeds. See what comes. Seeing if we can get orange seeds. I don't think we can. Would have been nice, but no. Okay, well, pumpkins it is. Right. What else? What else? What else? Well, the school's done. Let's throw a guy in there. How are we doing for people? Okay. So these numbers are rocketing up now because we've obviously got more houses on the go. Let's request that these are prioritised. Here we go. So yeah, charcoal, beeswax and cotton. So again, yeah, just buying them in as and when they appeared. Beeswax, we've got over 12,000, so we're doing alright for this. We're not going to run out of candles anytime soon. Charcoal, 3,500. It's the most expensive item that we request. So I sort of like to try and buy that first. That's 450, I think. Yeah, so let's take that. And let's take the cotton as well. Okay, beeswax. I think we're going to leave beeswax for the time being just because we've got so much of it. And, yeah, we'll leave that for the time being. Okay, so, yeah, as regards this central area, we sort of need to make it look nicer than it does, don't we? And I'm thinking, well, while we've got these cherry-style oak trees, maybe we should put some around the edges. Let's see. Trees. Oh yeah, this is another mod that we've got. I think I've shown you this just yet. It's just called Impossible Trees, and well, yeah, they're just mad colours. They're just really vibrant, bright coloured trees. So I'm sure, being in Amsterdam, we'll find some coffee shops knocking about with maybe some psychedelic-looking trees. Up and down the roads, yeah, so they're really vibrant colours. I mean, blue trees, what we're talking about here, what's going on? Yeah, I quite like that one. But I suppose you've got to find the right place to put them, because they're not really in keeping, are they? Look at that, rainbow tree. And I think we've got a grey one, yeah. So, possibilities for a bit of fun with those, but for the time being, we're just going to stick with the normal trees. Go for the oak tree. And yeah, maybe just put some of these around the edge. Maybe one in the corner. And again, as I'm putting these down, I'm going to turn them around just so they have a slightly different look. Yeah, maybe one on the entranceways. We'll see how it looks. But we definitely need some sort of greenery or pinkery in this centre. Okay, right. Well, they'll get built. So yeah, I think we'll leave it there for this episode. What I might do offline maybe is just replicate this. I don't think I'm going to deviate from the buildings that I've put down here. I might, you know, maybe put a dentist and a barber shop instead of this bathhouse on the other side, just to make it look a little bit different and vary the models for this house. But the school's going to go in, and we're going to do the same houses layout because, as I say, I want this sort of these officers' houses going all the way around this square. So yeah, I'll probably I'll at least put the footings in and maybe just let it build. We've got quite a large build count at the moment of 73. So yeah, and then maybe in the next episode we'll sort of work up to this area. In fact, we could do with possibly removing some of these trees here. So let's mark those for going. This little section here, we want to overface our guys. I'll probably start taking this canal up as well offline and join it up with this one here, just again so we've got a sort of nice buildable area to work with. I have a sneaking suspicion we're going to be putting some more worship and maybe graveyards in this section. Because as I say, Amsterdam's like that. You walk around the corner and it's just a cobbled square with a church in the centre of it, and whichever way you walk, you're never too far away from some sort of chapel or church. So yeah, we'll do that in the next episode. So I'll see you then.